Hey students, do you know how water, minerals and food get transport in plants? In today's session, I will explain that, how transportation takes place in plants. Before going to start our topic, let me give you answers for previous video assignment questions. First question, what is the advantage of having four-chambered heart? It prevents oxygenated and deoxygenated blood from mixing, as the left half of the four-chambered heart is completely separated from right half by septa. This mechanism is useful to animals with high energy needs such as birds and mammals. Second question, why is it essential to match the blood groups of donors and receiver person before arranging transfusion of blood? RBCs of blood carries antigen as well as antibodies. If blood is not matched before transfusion, then blood of a receiver starts producing antibodies against donor blood and destroys blood cells. This causes deficiency of blood and causes death. Here you may add one more point also. Due to the transfusion of blood without matching blood groups may cause agglutation, means a clotting of blood takes place. You may add that. Third question, give reason why the arteries are thick walled. Arteries have thick walls because these vessels carry blood from the heart to all the parts of the body, and blood emerges, means comes out, emerges from the heart under high pressure. Fourth question, what is blood pressure? How is it measured? Blood pressure, the force that blood exerts against the walls of a vessel. This pressure is much greater in arteries than in veins. It is measured by using an instrument called sphygmomanometer. Transportation in the plants. Substances which are essential for plants are water, minerals, and food. These are the three essential elements, essential components which have to transport from one place to other place. Generally, water and minerals used to transport from root to other parts of a plant, and food transport from leaf to other parts of a plant. Here, two mechanisms are involved in transportation of substances. One is the ascent of sap, means transportation of water and minerals. Second one is the translocation, means transportation of food. Let's understand ascent of sap first. Generally, the transportation is under the circulatory system we used to study in animals. In the same manner, here also circulatory system includes the vascular tissue. As animals or human beings have the circulatory system, no? That circulatory system includes the heart, blood vessels, blood, lymph, like that. In plants, circulatory system includes vascular tissue. This vascular tissue having two types of tissues. One is a xylem, another one is a phloem. First, we will see xylem, because xylem is the complex permanent tissue. Of course, these two are the complex permanent tissues, what you have studied in 9th standard. Complex permanent tissues which used to conduct water and food. Here xylem first we'll see, because the tissue which used to conduct water and minerals, which used to transport water and minerals. Here this ascent of sap takes place by two ways. One is with the help of a root pressure. Another one is transpirational pull. Transpirational pull. Both takes place through xylem only. Through xylem tissue only. Now we'll understand what is root pressure and transpirational pull. If we take it is a root, On root, there the root hair. Around that, if you can take here the soil. In the soil, there are the water molecules. H2O is there. Now see, generally root hair used to absorb the water. Root hair used to absorb the water. Now, you think where the concentration of water is more compared to root hair. In the soil, water concentration is high. High water concentration is here. Then here, low water concentration. Low water concentration. There is a pressure generation between root hair and the soil because there is a difference in their concentrations. Due to that, pressure variation creates. Then, as you know, osmosis process. Osmosis is nothing but movement of the particles or the liquid or the fluid from higher concentration region to lower concentration region is called as a osmosis. Here also the same process takes place due to the osmosis process. By the osmosis process, due to pressure variation, water enter into root hair. Okay, so this is a continuously takes place. Here, what is happening due to the pressure variation? Water is pushing into the root hair, from the root hair to the tap root or the mother root. From the mother root, all the body parts, water used to move upward direction. Water used to move in upward direction. This is nothing but the push. It is a water is pushing upward direction. Why water is pushing upward direction? Due to the pressure variation. So this is called as a root pressure. Due to the pressure variation, water is pushing upward direction from the root hair. Means from the soil, water is absorbing by the root hair, and from the root hair, all the water is transporting throughout the body. Main driving force is root pressure. Understood the root pressure? Here you can remember one more thing, that absorption is an active absorption. It is an active movement because to absorb the water from soil, it requires some energy that utilize in the form of ATP. That energy takes from plant, means the each and every cell there is a energy pockets now ATP get utilized. That's why it is a active transportation. And one more thing, remember, the water which is transporting is moving against the gravitational force. As you know, the gravitational force is towards down because of earth used to attract each and everything due to the gravitational force. Here, water is moving upward direction, mean against the gravity, water is pushing. That's why it requires energy that is utilizing from the plant in the form of ATP. Now, this is about the root pressure. Now, we'll move to the transpirational pull. Transpirational pull. You think here, this transpirational pull, just we will see. If you think plant, what is mean by, okay, before going to start the transpirational pull, let me tell you what is mean by transpiration. Transpiration, as you know, each and every leaf has a small pores, nothing but the stomata. Through the stomata, water used to evaporate, right? God cells are there which used to open and close. Due to that, water used to evaporate. Loss of water from the leaves are called as transpiration. Loss of water through leaves is called as a transpiration. Here, the transpiration causes suctional pull towards leaf or towards pores. This pores used to evaporate water. No, this evaporation, this transpiration causes a suctional pull of the water. So the water is pulling from downwards to the leaves to the leaves to evaporate it. Due to the evaporation, a suctional pull is creating. That pull is nothing but transpirational pull. Why pull is creating? Due to the transpiration. That's why it is a transpirational pull. This transpirational pull causes transportation of water from roots to all the parts of a plant. Okay, these are the two main mechanisms what are included under ascent of sap. I hope you got this. Transpirational pull and root pressure. Here one more point you should remember. During day, transpirational pull will be the major driving force, because during day more transpiration will be due to the rate of due to the more transpiration pull will be more, and water used to transport by the transpirational pull more during day. Then at night, root pressure is the major driving force, because during night there is no lot temperature and heat, no. So root pressure will be more during night. This is about the ascent of sap. Next we will see transportation of food. Transportation of food is nothing but the translocation. Of course, translocation by a permanent tissue, xylem. Xylem has 4 cells. Among them, 2 are the important things. Those are the sieve tubes and companion cells. Companion cells. Here, how the mechanism will be, let's see. If you take, it is the sieve tube, and sidewise there will be companion cells also, which used to help for that. And if you think complete, it is like a one stem. 1 second, let's see. Take itself a stem. Then here are the leaves. Yeah, here this is the place where food has prepared, means nothing but the source where the food has prepared in the form of glucose. That glucose get converted into sucrose, means which is to store. These sucrose particles are slowly diffuses from where higher concentration is there, from there lower concentration place. If you take the sieve tubes, this is the food, and sieve tubes used to transport the food. What will happen here? Sucrose particles will be, these sucrose particles are not transporting alone. Whenever they receive the water, means of course the xylem used to transport water throughout the body, no, then water get mixed with the sucrose and it generates high osmotic pressure, mean high pressure region used to create here, where the sucrose and water get mixed, no, there water plus sucrose creates osmotic pressure. Then from the higher concentration, high pressure region to low pressure region, the food particles used to transport. Here also it is an active transport, because of they are utilizing energy in the form of ATP. That's why it is an active transportation. This is the way how food used to transport. Due to the pressure variation, food also getting transport through the sieve tubes and companion cells. Clear? Very good. 2 pots. One is with the plant, another one is with the stick. It's a very easy activity. One pot with the leaf, one with the plant, another with the one stick, just a stick, not the plant. Then after that, you pour the water to both the plants. Pour the water to both the plants. Sorry, not both the plants, both the pots, pot A and pot B. After that, just you cover the complete pot with the plastic cover, then keep under sunlight nearly half an hour to 1 hour. Then you can observe on the cover, means the part A shows the droplets, water droplets inside the cover surface. Okay, here you can easily observe that water droplets, but here there is a little droplets. Of course, here also there is a evaporation process, loss of water takes place, but there is only one small, very less water droplets. Here, from this we come to know plant respire means under the transpiration, due to the transpiration, plant used to lose the water lot. Plants lost the water by the process of transpiration. That water, the complete water droplets got condensed inside the cover surface. That condensed water droplets we could see. Okay, then here there is no plant, there is no transpiration. No plant, no transpiration. If there is no transpiration, how water droplets form here? There is no condensation of water drops because of water is not evaporated by the process of transpiration, because it is not a plant. Stick cannot cannot lose water. No. By this activity we come to know plants lose water by the process of transpiration, but other things cannot lose water by the transpiration. Only the main thing we are understanding here, transpiration. Okay, see what we can, this is the conclusion from the activity. From this we can infer that due to transpiration of plants in the part A shows water droplets inside the plastic cover, but in part B, which is having stick, doesn't show this water droplets, as a stick cannot involved in transpiration. This is about the activity 6.8. Next we'll see about what's that, assignment questions. As usual, every time I used to give for the for each and every video. Before that, once you see the questions, NCERT book page number 110 you have some questions. You can see regarding this what is that, transportation. Regarding transportation, there are some questions. Question number 1, what are the components of the transport system in human beings? What are the functions of these components? As you know, in previous video I have explained about in human being transportation in human beings. Once you go through that. Answer: heart, blood vessels are the main components of the transport system in human beings. Function of heart: the heart receives the deoxygenated blood from the body parts and pumps it to lungs for enriching with oxygen. It receives purified blood from lungs and pumps it around the body. Complete that blood from lungs to heart, heart to body part, body parts to heart, heart to lungs. Okay. Next, function of blood. Blood transports oxygen, carbon dioxide, digested food, hormones, and nitrogenous wastes like urea. It also protects the body from diseases and regulates the body temperature. Next, function of blood vessels. The blood pushed by the heart flows through the blood vessels. As you know, blood vessels are the arteries, veins, and capillaries, and also comes back to the heart through them. Pipeline structures in our body. Next question. Why is it necessary to separate oxygenated and deoxygenated blood in mammals and birds? Mammals and birds are warm-blooded animals which keep their body temperature constant irrespective of the environment they live. Separation of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood allows good supply of oxygen to the body. This system is useful in animals that have high energy requirement. Mammals and birds constantly need oxygen to get energy to maintain their body temperature constant. Next question. What are the components of the transport system in highly organized plants? There are two types of conducting tissues in highly organized plant that carry out transport system. One is xylem, another one is a phloem. Xylem conducts water and minerals from roots to rest of the plant parts. Similarly, phloem transports food materials from leaf to other parts of the plant. Next question. How are water and minerals transported in plants? Xylem parts, tracheids and vessels of roots, stems and leaves are interconnected to form a continuous system of water conducting channels that reaches all parts of the plant. Transpiration creates a suction pressure which forces water into xylem cells of the roots. After this, there will be a steady movement of water from the root xylem to all parts of the plant connected through conducting interconnected water conducting channels. Fifth question. How is food transported in plants? Food is transported in plants by a special organ called as phloem. Phloem transport food materials from leaf to different parts of a plant. Transportation of food in phloem is achieved by the expenditure of energy from ATP. This increases osmotic pressure in the tissue, causing water to move. This pressure moves material in the phloem to the tissues with less pressure. This is helping in the transportation of food materials as per the needs. Example, sucrose. Sucrose, already I explained there. Sucrose is the one of the main substance, means how it used to transport throughout the body. Assignment questions. What are the factors that influence ascent of sap? Number 2, what is translocation in plants? Number 3, why and how does water enter continuously into the root xylem? Number 4, what are the elements included in vascular tissue and give their function? These are the 4 questions. Try to answer. If you are not getting, next video I'll give the answers. Thank you so much for your watching. Please subscribe, share to your friends, like my video. Thank you so much. In the next video, we'll see next excretion in plants.